Imagine a creature perfectly made for the icy waters of Antarctica. This is the leopard seal, known to scientists as Hydrorga leptonix. It's a true top predator of the South Pole. Its body is long, sleek, and powerfully built, like a torpedo of muscle. Its head is large and reptilian, armed with a fearsome jaw that can open incredibly wide. This seal is one of the biggest in the world. A male can reach almost 10 feet long and weigh over 700 pounds. Females are even more impressive, often going over 10 feet and sometimes weighing up to 1,100 pounds. Their size alone makes them a dominant force in their environment. The leopard seal's hunting strategy is a mix of stealth and brute force. They are ambush masters, often hiding under ice floes, waiting for an unsuspecting penguin to dive in. Their speed in the water is breathtaking. They can burst into action in an instant to grab their prey. Their teeth are a marvel of evolution. In the front, they have long, sharp canine teeth, perfect for grabbing and tearing penguins, fish, squid, and even the pups of other seal species. But in the back, their molars are lobed, forming a sieve. This lets them filter small krill from the water, making them incredibly flexible in what they eat. They can thrive on almost anything the Antarctic Ocean has to offer. This ability to adapt makes the leopard seal a very successful predator. In Antarctica, they sit comfortably at the top of the food chain. Their only natural enemy is the orca, a much bigger and more complex social predator that sometimes hunts them in groups. But most of the time, the leopard seal roams its icy kingdom with unmatched confidence. It's a solitary hunter, a powerful and smart animal that has perfectly mastered its frozen world. The idea of moving such a specialized and dominant creature to a completely new environment is a fascinating, yet terrifying, thought. What would happen if this Antarctic hunter found itself in the northernmost part of our planet? Its name isn't just a coincidence. The seal's fur is spotted, much like the famous big cat predator, earning it the name leopard seal. This mottled pattern of dark spots on a lighter gray or silver background gives it excellent camouflage in the dim light of Antarctic waters. This allows it to blend in with the shadows of the ice, making it even more effective as an ambush predator. It's a solitary creature by nature, unlike many other seal species that form large groups. This independence means that each individual is a self-sufficient hunter, sharpened by generations of survival in one of Earth's toughest environments. The leopard seal represents the peak of polar marine predation in the southern hemisphere. Now let's take a trip to the exact opposite side of the world, to the Arctic. This is a world that is both similar to and very different from Antarctica. The Arctic is an ocean surrounded by land, full of a unique and complex web of life. Here, the undisputed king of the ice is the polar bear. This huge land carnivore is a specialized seal hunter, spending most of its life on the sea ice. In the water, the top predator is the orca, just like in the south. Orcas hunt in smart family groups, able to take down everything from fish to other whales. This ecosystem is a delicate balance of powerful predators and their tough prey. The Arctic is home to many different kinds of sea mammals. You can find the giant, tusked walrus, a strong creature that few predators dare to challenge. There are the unicorns of the sea, the narwhals, and their cousins, the white beluga whales. Several types of seals also call this place home, including the ringed seal, the bearded seal, the harp seal, and the hooded seal. These seals are the main food source for the polar bear. The whole ecosystem is built on this predator-prey relationship. The polar bear waits patiently by breathing holes in the ice, relying on its strength and surprise to get a meal. This way of life has shaped Arctic life for thousands of years. The food web here is complicated. Polar bears really need the high-calorie fat from seals, especially ringed and bearded seals, to survive the harsh conditions. Orcas have a more varied diet, hunting seals, belugas, narwhals, and large schools of fish like Arctic cod. The walrus uses its long tusks to dig for shellfish and other small creatures on the seabed. Each animal has its own special place, a specific role to play in the big show of Arctic survival. Bringing in a new, very good predator could have terrible effects, messing up this carefully balanced system and sending shockwaves through the whole food chain, from the smallest fish to the biggest bear. Unlike Antarctica, which is a frozen continent, the Arctic sea ice is always changing, melting a lot in the summer. This seasonal change controls the lives and migration patterns of every animal. Polar bears follow the ice, while whales and seals move to find open water and food. The native species are perfectly suited to these cycles. They know when and where to hunt, mate, and move. It is into this settled and sensitive world that we imagine a stranger from the south arriving, a predator with a different set of rules, a different body clock, and an appetite that could change everything. Imagine a leopard seal suddenly moved to the Arctic. Its first problem would be finding food. The penguins it usually hunts aren't found there, but the leopard seal is a generalist. It would quickly start looking at the local animals for food. The many Arctic cod would be an easy target. However, to really fill its big body, it would need a bigger meal. The different kinds of Arctic seals, especially young ringed seals or harp seals, would become main targets. The leopard seal's underwater ambush tricks would be super good against these animals, who have never met such a fast and mean hunter coming from under the ice. This new hunting pressure would put the leopard seal in direct competition with the Arctic's established rulers. The polar bear, which needs these same seals to live, would suddenly have a rival. A direct fight would be a fascinating and dangerous event. On the ice, the polar bear has the advantage of size and strength. But in the water, the leopard seal is much quicker and feels right at home. A fight could be deadly for both. A desperate polar bear might try to attack a seal on an ice floe, but the seal's thick skin and strong jaws would make it a risky opponent, unlike the seals the bear usually hunts. Meeting the Arctic orcas would likely be a different story. Northern orcas are just as smart and work together, just like their southern relatives, who already know how to hunt leopard seals. A lone leopard seal, not knowing the new area or the local escape routes, would be an easy target for a group of orcas working together. They would probably see this new arrival not as a competitor, but simply as another food source. The leopard seal's status as a top predator would be immediately challenged and likely taken away in the presence of these highly social and smart marine hunters. It would quickly learn that it's no longer at the top of the food chain. Besides being hunted, the biggest challenge for the leopard seal would be its own internal clock. Its whole life cycle is timed for the seasons in the southern hemisphere. Leopard seals mate and give birth during the Antarctic spring, around September and October. The Arctic spring happens 6 months later. This seasonal mismatch would make successful breeding almost impossible. Their body rhythms would be completely out of sync with the new environment, stopping them from finding partners and raising pups at the right time. Without being able to reproduce, any introduced population would be doomed to fail, but not before causing a lot of damage to the environment. Bringing a new top predator, like the leopard seal, to the Arctic would be a huge disaster. Its presence would cause a lot of bad things to happen throughout the whole ecosystem. By fighting with polar bears for seals, it would put a lot of stress on a species that is already struggling because of melting sea ice from climate change. With fewer seals around, polar bears might starve or have to take bigger risks, like hunting huge walruses or going into human towns to find food. This competition would make the polar bear population weaker, pushing them closer to the edge of disappearing. The effect on the animals they hunt would be just as bad. Arctic seals, like the ringed seal, have learned how to defend themselves against polar bears, a predator that attacks from above. They haven't learned how to deal with a fast, smart predator that attacks from the water below. The leopard seal could wipe out their populations, especially the helpless baby seals. This wouldn't just affect polar bears, but other predators too. A drop in the seal population would have a ripple effect. messing up the food supply for orcas and even Arctic foxes that eat what's left behind from polar bear kills. The whole structure of the Arctic food web would start to fall apart. This situation is a strong warning about how dangerous it is to bring in new species, especially predators, to new places. Ecosystems like the Arctic are super delicate. They are the result of millions of years of things changing, creating a careful balance where every species has a job. Bringing in something new, especially a really good predator, is like throwing a wrench into the gears of a complicated machine. The results are hard to guess and almost always cause damage. This can lead to native species dying out, natural cycles getting messed up, and even the whole ecosystem falling apart. Our planet's polar regions are special and valuable treasures. They are not places for careless experiments. The story of the leopard seal in the Arctic is made up, but it shows a very real danger. As humans, we have a duty to protect these wild places and respect their natural harmony. Changing these ecosystems, whether on purpose or by accident, comes with a risk we just can't afford to take. The results of such actions are often impossible to undo, leaving a permanent scar on the natural world and taking away the amazing variety of life that future generations should also enjoy. We must learn to be protectors, not destroyers, of nature's delicate balance.